I'm Freya Taylor, your Miss Pageant Girl Scotland, and this is the Pageant and PJs podcast.
Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good evening. Danielle is smiling, which is worrying. What's happening, Danielle?
No, I was just sharing the link because I actually have a laptop in front of me and I can't actually share the link. Sometimes I forget.
Do you normally have, as a setup, you normally go live on your phone, right? Don't you normally have your laptop with you?
Sometimes, not always. Most of the time I have my laptop next to me.
Okay. It's the Monday. We're having deep and meaningful conversations. Our special guest for today is the one and only, Danielle's got the Freya in a crown, Freya Taylor, who is Miss Pageant Girl Scotland. How are you, Freya?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You look like a cyborg with the light. I can see the blue of the light in your
Oh,
ear.
very high tech. This is better than what I usually have to do when I'm on to you. I need to normally scream at my laptop because I've got a rubbish mic and I never had my earphones with the microphone on them. But now I've got these fancy doodads. Or if these run out of battery.
Do you know what they look like, Adrian?
Oh,
Do you know that episode of Doctor Who where the
backups?
Horrendous.
Where the Cybermen take over everyone?
Yeah. So if Freya suddenly turns into a robot, then you'll know why. Yeah. It's because of the evil earpiece. So Freya, you normally yell at the microphone. Is that why you've always sounded so angry when I've been talking to you?
Probably, because I've had to scream at my laptop because you can never hear me properly, so I always have to shout at my computer.
The angry Scot. So Freya, what have you been up to? I don't even remember the last time we had you on. It would have been last year sometime. Obviously, you've set up the Scottish Pageant support community. I keep wanting to say network. I don't fill us
Wrong
in.
one.
Catch us up.
Different one. Yeah. So that started off as a group that was sort of set up years ago for like pageant appearances in Scotland, but it never really took off. Purely my own doing because it was just turned into a lot of work and I didn't have time. So I was looking at it one day on one of my days off a couple of weeks back, and I was like, this isn't getting used, but it could be. So I deleted all the rules and I changed the whole concept because it was a space that already had like 200 Scottish pageant girls in. So I just decided that it would be a better idea to use it for something that would bring everyone sort of together as best way possible at the moment, because it was one of those days where I was just like, oh, I'm done in. I want to see people. I want to see other humans. I want to have fun. I want to go to an event. I was looking at photos from competing and from Galaxy in March, and I was like, I want to be sparkly again. So I just sort of changed the whole concept of it, and decided it would be a place where we didn't need to necessarily talk about pageants. It wasn't necessarily somewhere you needed to post your appearances, but it was just somewhere that people could go and chat and just check in and see how you were getting on, basically.
It has been, almost a year now since UK Galaxy. Yeah. That was kind of the last time, I don't know for you guys, but that was the last time that I was sort of let out to play.
Well, we went into lockdown the week after.
Right. Okay. That was a year ago. I remember you brought me, what's the Scottish shortbread called? Tablets.
So it's like,
fudge.
Yeah, it's like really sugary fudge.
Oh, right. Every episode, I end up finding out more about UK and Irish food because I don't know any of the names. And the orange, Iron Brew.
Iron Brew.
Oh, wow.
And your haggis crisps that you actually liked.
Did I? I think it's because it didn't taste like
haggis.
I haven't had haggis, so I don't know. I do have to try haggis, but the real one.
Good.
I think I would give it a go, but I would almost prefer if people didn't tell me what was in it.
You can't read the ingredients before you try it. You just need to try
it. What is it, Chloe?
I'm just thinking of the haggis.
The little haggis creatures.
Yeah, every
Oh,
time I hear the word haggis, I cringe because of my encounter in Tesco. So, yeah.
what encounter in
What?
Tesco?
Even I
With the
remember
couple,
this.
the
Oh, that
story.
one. I thought you meant
Yeah.
you suddenly found Tesco brand, what do you call it, Tesco's own haggis. I was like, yeah, that probably is not where I would go. I
Smart
don't know if
price
Freya
haggis.
saw that though. Did you see what a wild Chloe's stepdad played or was it your dad or your stepdad played a joke on her
There's that
as to
then.
what a haggis was? You probably haven't seen this. Chloe, do you want to quickly fill Freya in what the joke was, and I'll see if I can find the image?
So basically, I kind of knew what it was because I remember seeing it on Lizzie McGuire years ago. Is it a sheep's heart or something
It's
along
like
those lines?
it is various organs and things, but yeah.
Yeah. So basically,
Selling
what
it well.
happened was I was on a plane going to my sister's wedding, and my stepdad was like, "Have you ever seen what a haggis is?" Because he's like this big Scottish guy. I had no reason to doubt him. And I was like, "Yeah, I think I've seen it in Lizzie McGuire a few years ago. It's like a sheep's heart and stuff." And he was like, "No, no, it's this little creature." And he showed me the picture of this thing. And I was like, "Are you sure?" Because I'm sure it was like, part of a sheep. And he's like, "No, I swear, it's this little animal. You have to run around, you have to catch it." And he was being deadly serious. So I had no reason to doubt him. He was just looking at me in the eye, being like, "No, this is it. I swear, it's just you chase it and you catch it." And I was like, "Fine." So I was working in Tesco at the time, and this couple come in and they asked for haggis. And I said, "Oh, we don't have haggis, but I just recently found out what it was." And they're so cute, aren't they? And the couple looked at each other and looked at me and thought, "What?" And I was like, "The little haggis creature, you have to run around to catch it." And they were like, "No, it's like whatever it was, like sheep's heart or organs or whatever." And I was like, My stepdad told me that it was this little animal. And me at 20 years old, yeah, embarrassed myself
The
in
more you
Tesco.
look at that, the funnier it gets.
The
I
more
love the
fake
wig.
yeah.
I'm genuinely trying to work out like what animal all the different parts are from.
Mate,
It's like
it's got
a rat.
highlights.
It does. There's
There's
some good
another one.
extensions.
Oh
my God.
haggis. This is
There's a little
Wikipedia.
haggis.
That's disturbing.
Like,
They've even put it with a potato, look.
At the top, I don't know if you can see this, but in Wikipedia, it's Haggis scoticus.
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 oh my goodness.
That makes it sound more. I don't know. But I guess the idea is what you shave that and it can become a haggis. But
He looks really sad.
anyway.
Look at him. He's like,
Well, you would be if you
Comparing
were
it
to
to
be
potato.
eaten, wouldn't you? This is the what? What is
Oh, it's
that?
been shaved.
Shaved haggis.
I think that's a bald haggis.
Hairless haggis.
No, this is the one that's being prepared to be eaten. You have to shave it first, and
Easy
then you
hack.
cut it open, and then.
Aww. Oh my god, and that's on
Anyway.
being gullible.
Oh, Chloe.
I would have paid to have seen that couple's face and you go, "Oh, it's so cute."
They were like, "What?"
Well,
Amazing.
let me just update you. Ralph is saying good afternoon all. I hope you're doing well. Demi Lee Mills Cora said, "Why am I from England and yet I've never tried any of them?" I think a lot of people haven't tried haggis because they're afraid to. I'd be up for it.
I think that's the thing. People are more scared of it than anything. It's actually really yummy.
How could you not try
I mean-
Iron Brew? I'm shocked.
Iron Brew's not
don't
worth
have
it anymore.
here in Australia that I know of, but also the amount of sugar in it.
But they made it
Not
healthier,
enough.
didn't they?
Yes, it did.
Well, healthier.
It used to be 34% sugar. Now it's only 17.
Oh no.
17.
So they
don't
ruined
like
it. Sugar
popcorn.
tax.
I don't like soda. So to hear that it had 34% sugar, I was like, okay, I probably wouldn't like this. And then I heard this
Delightful.
whole thing about sugar tax. The funniest thing about it was the sugar tax. I can't believe you're in such a nanny state that your government has to impose a sugar tax on you.
It's pathetic, isn't it?
Honestly.
Let us make our own
It's
bad
stupid.
decisions.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, it's let people live, guys, honestly.
Like we're paying our own dental bills.
You can't buy You can't
Yeah.
buy Coca-Cola in a 2-litre bottle anymore because they refused to put the prices up. So now it's only
Really?
1.5. Yeah,
Oh
crazy.
no.
Oh, wow.
I'm full of useless information. It's great. Especially when it's
Thank you.
brown
About
Trivia.
sugary drinks.
Take you to trivia next time. What was I going to say? Because the sugar tax, and I tried black pudding, which I was always thought, oh, that
I
sounds
love
horrible when you
pudding.
find out what it is. Yeah, but when you hear what it is, it doesn't sound really appetizing, right? I don't think most people hear, oh, black pudding, what it is, and go, oh, I got to try that. But then I tried it,
No.
and I actually really enjoyed it. So I'm thinking, well, haggis could be similar. I don't know. I haven't tried
They're
it.
not a million
And
miles
also-
away from each other.
Okay.
It's quite similar.
It would have quite a lot of herbs and spices, I would imagine. Because Chinese eat funny things as well. So that's why I'm like, oh well, I shouldn't be too afraid to try haggis. Shouldn't knock it till you tried it, I say.
Should be really high in protein as well if it's got all what it says it's got inside of it.
It actually should be quite healthy
Lots
for
of
you.
iron.
If you want clean protein, it just might have a lot of salt. Is a thing. I find a lot of UK food to be a bit salty for my liking, but I'll give it a go. Is there anywhere, Freya, where I should go to have haggis? Is there a haggis chain of restaurants?
Haggis World.
Like a Burger King
You
for
can-
haggis.
Haggis
Haggis
run
King.
around, there's little animals
You
everywhere.
can catch your own one and cut its head off and eat it right then and there.
I love it. No, not that I can think of. Where would you go?
There's got to be some
Well, that's
like gastro pubs or gastro
Probably.
restaurants that
Yeah.
sell local produce.
Yeah.
There's loads of
You've got a lot of Irish bars in Sydney, don't you? I reckon they'd probably do
Yeah.
it just for the quota. I reckon if you roll into an Irish pub in Sydney, you'll probably find haggis somewhere.
I don't know if there's
Anytime
any
I've gone.
Irish pubs I know that sell haggis.
Yeah, but it's sort of
like
there's a lot of
it's
Oh, no,
just
it's not
European.
Irish,
isn't
though.
it?
The Scots and the Irish sort of when I was over there, I found that they tended to sort of band together.
Oh really?
They were
I love
one.
that. I
So,
love that.
I
I want to
imagine-
help
Possibly.
I could imagine that, but I don't think that people would. I think everyone knows here anyway that haggis is Scottish. When it comes to Irish, people just assume Guinness all the time. Every time I've gone to an
Yeah.
Irish pub, I've had Guinness because I'm tragically cliche like that.
Do you think it actually tastes good though?
Oh, I love Guinness.
I love Guinness.
Guinness.
Well, I don't love it. I like it. I like a cold Guinness now and then.
Mm.
It freaks me out because people said it
Guinness-
tastes like blood because there's like iron in it or something. Is that true?
No.
It doesn't taste
No.
like blood, but it is
It's kind
like
of creepy.
thicker than
It has got a metallic
sort of-
sort of
Oh.
yeah.
It
I'm like trying to
doesn't-
taste it now. Like,
The thing that makes it taste like blood, Chloe, is not iron, it's actually copper. So I think I told you guys
Oh.
this before. When you go to Bath, as in the UK, and you can drink the water from those old baths, it comes out of a little fountain, that tastes like blood because it has a high level
Yeah.
of copper in it. When I drank it, and everyone's like, oh my God, this water is amazing. You drink it, I was almost sick because it literally tastes like you're drinking someone's blood. It's horrible.
Oh.
Sorry if I'm offending anyone, but that water was just gross.
Speaking of
It's like
that, did
literally
anyone
drinking blood.
watch that Cecil Hotel documentary? No.
What have you
But
been
it-
watching now, Chloe?
So
Well,
there's a
murder
new
I'm
mystery.
intrigued by
documentary
it, but
on
I've not watched it yet.
Yeah, so there's like a new documentary on Netflix called, was it The Mystery of the Cecil Hotel or something? It's about the hotel in Los Angeles. I believe American Horror Story Hotel was like based on it because there's been like so many deaths over the years at this hotel. Like because it was kind of in a rough part of town and stuff. So yeah, there was just like a lot of things happened there over the space of like 100 years or something. But one of the ones wasn't that long ago. I think it was about 2011. And this footage went viral of this girl like playing in the lift. Well, not playing in the lift. She was about 21, I think. And she was like pressing lots of buttons and standing outside and looking left or right. And it just looked like a really wacky, weird video. But she went missing for weeks. And yeah, the guests at the hotel just started to taste something funky in the water. Yeah, and she was in the water tank.
Oh, nasty.
That one coming.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't watch it.
I'm up for watching anything that's not Bridgerton, honestly. So I even watch a horror movie over Bridgerton. But Bridgerton's been in the news all over here because of all the. I haven't watched it, but I've heard there's a lot of sex scenes in it. So in the news now are all these. They're called intimacy directors, and their sole purpose in these shows is to direct the intimacy scenes, and they are comparing it to like an action scene because you have to choreograph it, and you have to decide what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do beforehand. And I'm just like, oh, I hate Bridgerton. But sorry again if I'm offending anyone, but I'm not sorry when it comes to Bridgerton. I refuse to watch it. Like
It's
Game
so
of Thrones.
good.
Everyone was into Game of Thrones. I have still never seen an
I love
episode of Game of Thrones.
Same.
And all I know vaguely is a theme song.
Never seen it.
You
Never
need
seen
to stop being a negative Nancy and just bite the bullet.
I said this to my boyfriend the other day.
Be more cultured.
Stop being a negative
being so
Nancy by
stubborn.
biting a bullet. Well, exactly. The more you tell me about it, the more I'm not going to see it. And this was this is documented by some psychologists. Like literally, the problem is you keep telling me I have to see it, so now I'm definitely not going to see it.
The less interested you
but
are.
That's not the reason.
Exactly.
That's not the reason I won't watch it. It's all the old boring stuff is the reason I won't watch it. Like that stuff doesn't bother me.
It's history. It's cool. It's cool.
I said the same thing the other day. I must be like in the 1% of people that hasn't seen a single episode of like Game of Thrones, American Horror Story, Grey's Anatomy.
I love American Horror
Story. I haven't seen those.
Genuinely, none of it. I never watched Tiger King. I never got in the Tiger King bandwagon.
I love Tiger King.
Either.
I love it.
Nah.
Wow. Amazing.
Tiger
King made 2020.
I don't watch TV. I'm really bad.
Well, I commend you on that, but honestly, keeping up with these guys, because like on a games night, for example, all these pop references will come up, and I have to pretend that I know what you guys are talking about. Otherwise, I just stand here looking like, because I'm the host, and then I have to go up afterwards because it sounded really weird. I mean, you have to understand, if you didn't know what Tiger King was, and suddenly everyone was talking about this person called Carol Baskin who had killed her husband.
Carol Baskin.
And I'm like,
killed her.
why is this funny? Who's Tiger King? It sounds like a Chinese restaurant. So I still haven't really...
It's Joe Exotic. He's amazing. He is a legend.
I thought the names were a joke.
Free Joe Exotic.
Whose name is Joe Exotic?
I'm still disgusted at Trump for not pardoning him. He deserved to be pardoned. Why?
And he had a car waiting.
He had like a limo waiting for him.
And it was this salty Instagram post being like, "You used me for fame," Donald Trump and all this crap. So funny. So funny. He's like, "You used my name for fame and I didn't get a pardon," and I swear I was just laughing. But I do feel bad for him. Like, he didn't do anything that bad. He didn't actually kill her, so let him out.
Yeah.
Who didn't kill
let him out.
I thought Carol Baskin killed her husband. Isn't that why the song?
No, like Joe Exotic got like accused of attempting to kill Carol Baskin. Well, plotting to kill Carol Baskin. But he never actually did it, so just let him out.
So Carol Baskin killed her husband, and Joe Exotic tried to kill Carol Baskin.
Yeah,
basically, yeah.
Basically.
Why?
Because he ruined her life. She ruined his life.
Yeah, they're at war with one another because hers is a sanctuary and his is more like an exotic zoo. And she's been bashing him for years, being like, "This is terrible what you're doing to these tigers." But when essentially she's doing the same thing, but because hers is called a sanctuary, it doesn't make it any different.
And her cages are smaller than his.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch it now.
And
I don't want to watch it now.
The people that work at the sanctuary work for free. They're all volunteers, and she has hundreds of these volunteers that have been like doing labor for free, whereas he pays all of his staff. One of his staff members had she had her arm bitten off by a tiger, and she still works there to this day. But it was it was her fault. It was her fault, and she loved the tigers, and it wasn't the tigers' fault. She said it was her fault.
It's like a cult
Okay then.
though. It's like 'cause she has like all these people working for free, and it's like a star system or something, is it? They get like a different color shirt the higher they rank. So she
Yeah.
has all these people working for free, and if they've worked like 2 years, they get like a blue t-shirt, and then they move up to like a yellow t-shirt, and like it's quite sad because these people are working for free. It's Joe Exotics. He pays them $150 a week and gives them a free caravan. Still not great, but better than working for nothing for Carl
Free
Baskin. So Team
caravan.
Joe. Yeah, he gives them
Gonna get you a
$150 a
t-shirt.
week and
No,
lets them.
so he takes people off the street, basically. He gets people off the street, gives them somewhere to live, and gives them a job and gives them money. It's not a lot, but it's better
Oh,
than them being on the
Better than.
streets. So he's
Mhm.
giving people a second
okay.
chance at life, and they're like considered like misfits. Um,
Mhm.
so it's fascinating stuff. You have to watch it.
I
I
can
thought you were
tell
going
whose
to
side
say
you're
he
on,
took
Donny.
people
Team
off the
Joe.
streets and fed them to the tigers. I thought that's where that sentence was going.
No, don't feed them to the
Um,
tigers.
but apparently in the news, Carol Baskin's sanctuary just recently closed.
Good.
Oh, did it? That's
Yeah, I
interesting.
don't know why. I just heard it in the
Oh,
news. So, okay.
probably
Well,
because they're being mistreated.
Probably because the cages are too small.
I still don't really know what's going on. I don't know who made who
Oh yeah, she
famous.
makes tons of money. The visitors that come, they all pay to go see
Donate.
the tigers.
Yeah.
Donate. They make. She's making an absolute mint.
Mhm. And she had quite a huge
Girls go to work.
Facebook following as well, where they all used to go onto her videos and donate to her as well. Like it's like called the Big Cat Community or something. They would all like
Yeah,
chip in and try
Sounds
and
like a
save
cult.
Is this in
these cats.
America? Is this
It
in
is a
America or
cult.
only
is
in
it in the
America.
UK? So yeah, I was going to say only in America, but then I was like, oh, what happens if it's in the UK? But that's on pop culture. Speaking of pop culture and useless topics, Chloe, who won the poll you put up in terms of ghosts and aliens?
Me,
In
aliens.
terms of which one is scarier? What was the
Aliens.
final vote tally?
How do you go back and see? Can you go back and
Oh,
see
you'd have
what
to
your?
go into your archives.
People think
You'd have to-
aliens are scarier than ghosts.
Yeah,
Probably
I
said
think
aliens.
terrified of
I
ghosts
think
growing
aliens
up.
had like 70 something, and
I think
ghosts
because
had
we
like
probably
60 something votes or
we
something.
probably
Like
know more
70.
about ghosts than we do about aliens. So I think people
Mhm.
tend to be scared of things they don't know about.
Meg gave me a
I-
good point
But also,
though.
aliens are likely to be smarter than us.
Yeah,
Which is
exactly.
I'm
That
not
was
scared
even
of
more
that.
scared about that.
That doesn't mean you should be scared of them. Like
Inferior.
aliens, I
Yes,
think
it
of Star
does.
Trek or Star Wars. Who's scared of Star Trek or Star Wars? Whereas when I think
If
of
they're
ghosts, I
smart.
think of something that's trying to kill me.
No,
They've
because
thought
a
of more
ghost
ways
is
than
just
us.
a person. A ghost is just a human. If I was a ghost, I would like wind people
I
up
wouldn't
and
be
scare them,
scared
but
of
I'm not
you.
going to kill them. Like, yeah,
Yeah, but
I
if it
would
was a
wind them up
ghost
for a
of
laugh.
if it was a ghost of a serial killer
Well,
or
there's
a
not that
psychopath,
many serial killers. Like
there's
most
not that
people
many
are dead
Oh, are
on.
the
aliens.
chances?
Most people are sound. Like you're not going to get a serial
Most
killer.
people
They
are
all are.
sound.
They
If
are.
I saw a UFO landing out there right now, I would go
You would
out
run
to see
to
what
it?
it was about. I'd be excited.
What?
If I
Oh,
saw
he
a
would cut
ghost
you
out
open and
there
see what
right
you're about
now,
as well.
I would run away. And why does everyone assume that an alien who's traveled all across the galaxy to come find us, the first thing they want to do is A, cut you open, and B, put something up your butthole? Why? Why came up with this anal probe? I mean, I'm saying, like, if I went to visit intelligent life on another planet, I would not cut it open first, and secondly, I would not stick something in an orifice. Why do people go that way? Honestly,
Well, why do we dissect animals?
I was just about to say, what do you do?
Exactly.
Learn about frogs in science. You cut them open. You don't stick things
Mhm.
up their bum.
you don't do that to other
Unless it's a
humans
turkey.
when they're alive.
I mean,
Unless they thought of us as like.
when I took my
True.
cat to the vet, they put a thermometer up his butt.
See? We're just batting
Might be
these
a
straight away.
temperature,
Batting them out.
to find
Adrian.
its temperature, because you can't put a thermometer obviously in a cat's mouth because it'd probably bite it and swallow all the mercury.
Put it under his little armpit.
What about that thing that like the camera
Would
that
your
you put
cat
up at the
stay
hospital
there?
to
I
check
mean,
your
my cat
bowels
would
and stuff?
actually stay there. Oh, I didn't hear
No,
that. I was
I
too
vote
busy
alien.
raging.
I would be on the ghosty side. I vote alien is the scariest.
So Meg had a good point. Meg's point was the alien is physically there, so you could bash it with something, but the ghost, you can't see it, so it would be harder to whack. Well, you can't whack it because it's a ghost. So Meg has a fair point there that maybe you could bash the alien, but if this alien's like a super intelligent alien, and if they're in a spaceship, the odds are there's more than one person with like a baseball bat. Where are you getting your baseball bat as well? Wouldn't stand a chance against a
We don't
bunch of
play baseball
aliens.
here.
Yeah,
The odds are that
like,
spaceship's probably got some form of
Upstairs.
missiles.
But I mean, why is that your first port of call? Is there's an alien out there. I got to get my baseball bat. Why do you have to assume that they're going to be unfriendly? They're going to try and kill us, probe us, dissect us. Why would you have that assumption?
do you think they're gonna like leave you alone and let you stay here? They'll know you've seen it, and they don't want to be seen, so they're gonna kill you off because
other intelligent life. I'm not interested. We won't go there.
I know, and they're not going to speak the same language as us because they're from another planet. They communicate. We created this language, so they're just going to be like, "What the hell's he talking about? Let's kill him!" Like,
if there's an alien culture that was smart enough, because remember, to build a ship to get here, you need to, this is the nerdy side, you need to work out how to travel faster than light. Because otherwise, literally, it will just take tens of hundreds of thousands of millions of years to travel from one star to another. If they're that smart,
yeah, but there's one theory.
I would be willing to bet that they could develop the technology to actually work out what a language is. Because we have artificial intelligence that can almost do that now.
I'm just really concerned about what Chloe does when she goes on holidays to countries that she doesn't speak the language of now.
Well, she takes a scalpel and a probe. And maybe some sanitizer.
I don't understand you.
I don't understand. Hit them with my ring light. No. So basically, the concept of time could be different in different planets. So yeah, we might only live like 100 years if we're very, very, very lucky. True. But for them, like, it could be completely different. They could live for thousands, and they could have like time could be measured differently for them. So it could be like a journey to Earth could be like a few days in like their concept of time. So you don't know.
Maybe.
They might be able to travel through light.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
maybe they are the light.
They are the light. Light is the sun is an alien.
You guys cannot tell me after the 2020 that we've all had, and some of the people that we've had shouting matches with over the internet and sometimes in person, that you would not welcome aliens to this world because there's a good chance you prefer them to some of the humans you dealt with.
They walk among us.
I think they help us.
The Queen's a lizard.
Oh no, not the lizard theory.
Lizzie the lizard.
Which queen? Which queen's a lizard?
Oh my goodness!
All of you guys are lizards. You're all lizard people.
That reptilian theory, you could go for days.
You use the word theory very loosely there. I'm just going to say, oh God, what's happening here? So Demi Lee Mills said we would do the same to them minus the butt stuff.
You never know. Some of us might.
I would not go and to take Chloe's route of baseball bat and scalpel. I would not do that. I would try to actually communicate to them first. Somehow, you come on a bit to talk to them, but you can gesticulate.
When aliens land, we'll just send Adrian in as tribute. There we go. We have a volunteer.
I am okay with that. That is a way to go, is it not? I can Instagram live from it. I can broadcast from there. And
they'll zap you in half.
And probe me.
Do you ever see Mars Attacks when they're like, they pretend to be good and they're like, we come in peace. And then they start attacking everybody and they're like, gat, 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 gat. And then great fun. I love Mars. I love anything to do with aliens.
The internet glitched.
Yeah, Mars Attacks.
What were you saying? Cat, 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 cat.
Cat, 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 cat.
That was our internet dropping out.
Just to take the focus off wild conspiracy theories for a second, useless conversations. Rachel Lee here said, Freya, your sash in the background is giving me life. It's so pretty, making her cry.
It is such a pretty sash.
It's beautiful.
I love the colours.
Mhm.
Golden.
Rachel, are you the one that when I interviewed Freya, you said that your mum told her to, Freya, make her cry?
Make her cry if you have to. No, Marion, I won't.
I wonder how that was playing out. And like, how would you make someone that you're pageant coaching cry? Would you go like?
I mean, I could do it if I really wanted to. I could do it, but I chose not to.
Probably better that you didn't. Oh dear, I'm scared to read this. All right, here we go. Ghost, salt, aliens, frying pan, tangled reference.
Circle of salt, yes. Circle of salt's a real thing.
Yes, yeah. Oh no, I would like
pan
make
for an alien. Are you going to cook it, or are you going
Just
to
smack
beat
it
it
with
over
it.
the head?
But why would a ghost like want to harm you though? It's just like a person.
Poltergeists.
Yeah, but
Evil.
if you're in their home, they might be territorial.
Or
You get what
it
I
might
mean.
fancy you and it might want you to be a ghost too.
Souls.
Let's not get started on that, because there's definitely been people that have claimed to be like married and in relationships with ghosts now, and having intimate relations with ghosts.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Did you hear about
stuff.
the woman? Did you hear about speaking of weird things like that? The woman who is married to a train station.
No.
She visits the
What have you been
station every
watching?
day, and
No,
they're in an
she
intimate
doesn't.
relationship. And I kid you not, Google it. Intimate relationship
Where?
with the train station, and she goes to the train station every day and kisses its wee walls, and it's very odd.
No, she does not, does she?
Is this America?
Oh my
please tell me
God.
it's
I don't
America.
know.
I know
Violet,
there was
I want to Google it.
I know
I
there was a
don't know.
documentary. There was a documentary on the guy that was in a relationship with a fairground ride as well. He would go there and
They're all
kiss it. Yeah, it's so weird.
See, one of the thing
gosh.
I loved was do you remember it was on like This Morning a few years ago, and it was the little girl who wanted to become Big Ben while Big Ben closed, and she was like bing bong bing bong bing bong bing bong. It's like my favorite clip on the internet ever. It's like so funny. She wanted to become the Big Ben. Like, how can you become a clock tower?
How young was this
What
little
is
girl
wrong
before I
with
make a judgment on
people?
whether that's kind of cute or not? Was she like little?
Oh,
I
God.
see.
Okay,
Oh, was
so
she
hang on.
little?
Let
She
me.
was about, I think she was about 11 or 12, possibly.
I mean, that's
No,
old
that's
enough
too
to
old.
know.
That's too old. That's old enough to know better.
That's verging on, going from cute to that's a little bit weird.
You're
All right,
aware
hang on,
that
let
it's
me
a
go through these
building at that
comments
point.
first.
Like,
Yeah.
You'd hope so.
If you can find the clip, Adrian.
Good parenting. I found the roll. Let me get through the comments first so people actually know that we're listening to them. Demi is saying they might have a longer life than us. That's what Chloe said. They could have better fuel than us too.
Yeah.
That's true. But there's still something to be said to accelerating to the speed of light, because if you did that, you would be squished against the back walls. Elizabeth has said, hi, everyone. Thank you, Elizabeth. That's a nice, normal comment.
Hi.
Kev has said, sorry, I'm late to the party. Just trying to pick up where you are. Seem more complicated to the... Yeah, don't ask.
Than the food.
I'm
No,
sorry I
no
brought
more
it up.
food.
Marion has said, please, Freya, make
Marion,
her
no,
cry.
I will not.
Lol.
no.
No?
No.
Okay, well, there you go.
Scary
Scary
Movie 3, I love
If you
it.
haven't seen it, Aliens, Hellos, and Goodbyes are hilarious, and how they...
Oh my God, yeah. I
Is
love
it the
it.
one with the
Julia
crop
Freya's allowed
circles?
to make me...
Yeah.
The crotch circles? What?
Crop circles.
Oh, that
I
makes
thought
more
she said
sense
that
than
too.
crotch circles.
Crotch
I'm like, oh, where is this going? Yeah, Freya's
Well,
allowed
that's
to make me cry, lol. But in all honesty, Freya is amazing and has been so helpful on my PG UK journey.
Aw.
I wouldn't be where I am today with her. She truly is the best. Rachel, way to go, ruining the conspiracy theory vibe here by actually saying something sensible. Okay.
Nice. See, this is why I don't make her cry. Because then I don't
You
get
just
next
make
week.
you
Because
cry.
she's
You would
afraid
feel
of you, and if she
so
doesn't do
guilty.
this, you will make her cry. Marion, there was a woman who claimed to be married to one of the roller coasters in Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Can I
I
just
can relate.
say, I know I've said
I
this
can relate.
before,
Relax.
Can you though?
I love Pleasure Beach.
Emotional.
I think I'm gonna have an emotional connection
Takes
with
Pleasure Beach to a new
Valhalla.
level, doesn't it?
Yeah, that
Can I
Viking
just say
ride.
that
I'm all for it.
none of you seem to understand what a weird name Pleasure Beach is. I've said this before, and the first time I heard someone say Pleasure Beach, I didn't know it was a theme park. Can you not see that I'm going to Pleasure Beach, and I'm like, is
Who
that
are
you don't
you?
wear clothes?
I've went to there
Is
since
that,
I was a little kid. It's literally been my life since I was like 5. I just love it. So
You love
I've
good.
never
Pleasure?
been, but
It
it's
just
always one of those
sounds
places that I heard
Yeah.
of when I was little, and like I've always known it to be a theme park. Like it's never sounded
Yeah,
weird to me
yeah.
until 2 minutes ago,
I
and now I
know.
can't
It's
unhear
called
it.
Pleasure Beach. I mean, come on. It's all the kids are going to Pleasure Beach. Like,
Sounds like an
okay.
evening hangout that it requires lots of glitter or something.
That's not
Sounds a
exactly
bit
what I was
dodgy.
thinking, but I'll
No.
leave that there and I'll let your imaginations fill in the blanks. Have fun with that. Danielle Lee has said,
I'm
quite
laughing
honestly,
at
if
the
there are
names
bad
of the roller
people in the
coasters
world,
today.
what are the names of the roller coasters? Do I want to know?
The Big Dipper.
No, the big
Space
one.
Probe? The big one?
The big one.
The Big Dipper.
Then avalanche.
How can you guys not see what a dodgy name Pleasure Beach is?
We do now.
Honestly.
Do you think the marketing team knew what they were doing?
No.
This was on
Obviously
purpose.
not.
The parents are having a good
It's like-
giggle.
It's like one of those ones where people make up a clever acronym in marketing or something and they don't realize that the acronym spells out a really rude word. Anyway, what's that? Chloe, if there are bad people in the world, then there can be bad dead people in the world. I guess Gary goes, yeah, I'm not
But
scared.
realistically,
For
what
example,
can they do
Chloe,
to you apart from scare you?
I
well,
know.
that, I
I'll
guess
just
depends
get
on what you believe about ghosts, right?
Possessed.
I would just
but
start
anyway.
like eating fajitas in front of them, being like, "Ha! I bet you wish you could eat fajitas, but you can't because you're a ghost."
And it'd be dropping through you, like in what's it called? You know
Oh,
what I'm on about.
the Disney
Casper.
one. I love that.
No, they're eating all that food and it's going through them. I would do
It's
that.
like
and waste
Casper
all the
meets
food.
Wendy.
Yeah. Ha, you got to clean that up now.
No,
I
we
love
have
that
to clean
movie.
it up if we're alive.
Oh no, if I was a ghost. If I was a ghost, I'd totally eat all the food.
You guys are giving this way too much thought. Kev here has said he sounds like he's transmitting from Mars tonight. Do I sound weird? I have played with the sound.
Yeah.
I have played with the sound a bit, so I've turned up the bass. So if I sound weird, let me
It's
know.
all about that bass, about that bass.
The way
No
Adrian
trouble.
says
trouble.
Pleasure Beach, it does make it sound a bit wrong. Well, Kev,
It
it's
doesn't
not
sound wrong when we
me
say it.
saying it in a way. It's just
It
look at that
is.
word, Pleasure Beach. I mean, just look at it on screen. Pleasure Beach, and that's where you take kids to. I'm
mean-
not going to go.
I mean, it's normal for
bad.
us because it's been a part of our culture for years and years.
It's ingrained in the
Whereas-
brain, even if you've never been.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Have you guys heard of anything in any other country? You must have, like any other culture where you hear it and just go, you just think that sounds really weird.
yeah, I can't think of an example though.
I'm trying to think now.
If anyone watching or you guys can think of anything that is like your version of Pleasure Beach for me, Pleasure
I
Beach for me,
kinda-
I need to stop saying
kinda-
Pleasure Beach.
I kind of know one, but
I
See,
don't
yeah,
know.
no, I
Also
think
have
Pleasure
Pleasure
Island sounds
Island.
weirder. Pleasure Island sounds stranger.
Where there's a Pleasure Island,
Where's
Yeah, that's
this?
not good.
and that's
Where is
another
it?
theme park.
I don't know. Jasmine's
When
just
I
said it,
googled
but
it to look at rides, I found a very different website.
oh
No, Google is
Well,
not
even
your
looking
friend
at
in this
Jasmine.
way.
I would you probably want to
no!
get rid of your
Google
browser
failed.
history. Get rid of browser history. I hope you weren't looking that up at work as well, because that might be hard to explain. Kev,
NSFW.
don't think the black hole too.
The black hole.
I'm never going to be able to think of the Pleasure Beach the same again now. Look, I'm just
ruined.
saying, to me, it's a very odd name. And I didn't know, because you guys just said, oh, we're going to Pleasure Beach. You didn't bother
Yeah.
to tell me it was a theme park. If
What
I just
did
tell
you
you,
think
oh, I'm
we
going
were-
to Pleasure Beach, well, I didn't want to ask.
You just went along with it.
You're like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
90% of
Okay.
the time, I'm just going, yeah, I'm going to assume that you guys are being sweet and
I
innocent and
trust
appropriate.
you.
Yeah, but then Pleasure Beach, I mean, come on, that's, anyway, possession, make it hard to sleep, and sleep is important. Oh, talking about a ghost. Yeah, see, when I was in primary school, I was scared of ghosts and I was reading books about ghosts because that's a smart thing to do, isn't it? And there were these sorts of ghosts that would actually murder you. They would just full out, they're psychopathic. They're bad people in real life. They were probably capital punishment, killed, and they come back as vengeful ghosts and they try to kill you. I don't know how, obviously. It's not real, or maybe it is. I don't know. But
I mean, I
yeah,
reckon
that's
there'd
why I'm
be
more scared
more
of ghosts than aliens.
bad ghosts than there would be bad people, because I think there's a lot of people that have bad thoughts or thoughts about doing bad things, but they don't do it out of fear of being caught by the law. Whereas when you're dead, you can't get put in prison, can you? So you can just do whatever you want. So
True, yeah. People be purging when they're dead.
Pleasure Island is in Skegness, I'm sure.
oh,
Oh
I
dear.
don't know what that means.
if you need any more reason to go to Skegness,
Pleasure
let me
Island is the
read
one.
you-
Let's go. I'm
let
on
me
my
read you
way
this
from
article
Oh,
that
misery
I
we're
to
found.
going to
happiness.
Pleasure
baby.
Island.
Oh dear.
I'm on my way
Welcome to
from
Pageants and
misery to
PJs, where we occasionally talk about pageants, although we haven't yet tonight, really.
What's
Okay,
pageant?
I have found
What's that?
I have found Freya's
what's a pageant?
article. Let me read the article to you. A woman has, air quotes, married a train station she
Oh my
spent
God.
36 years in love with and says they have sex mentally.
Mentally.
Carol Santa Fe.
How?
That's her name. Carol Santa Fe.
With
Okay,
the mind,
35.
Danielle.
With the mind?
Claims she has been in love with Santa Fe train station in California since she was 9 years
Fire
old. The volunteer support worker from San Diego takes a 45-minute bus ride to the station every day to spend time with the building, which she calls Didra.
And I bet that bus is like,
okay.
honey, you're just using me to get to your other boyfriend.
Although the
That's our side
marriage,
piece.
again air quotes, although the
I'm just
marriage
your
is
side
not
piece.
legally binding, Carol states it was the happiest day of their lives when they tied the knot in 2015. She celebrated her 1-year anniversary last Christmas. Carol says she has, again air quotes, sex with the building mentally and identifies herself as an objectum sexual, a person who is sexually attracted to inanimate objects and structures.
No one
Carol didn't
and
discover this until she
nothing
was
is
40.
safe.
Carol didn't
I
discover this
mean-
until she was 40 after she searched online, I am in love with a building. It is a worldwide
What?
debate whether the phenomenon is a sexuality, fetish, or mental condition. Okay.
I think we can safely say that that would be a mental condition.
Mhm.
That is not a
Yes,
sexual
Freya.
preference.
I
Are you
don't
trying
know.
to think of something deep and meaningful to say after that? There's no coming back
had a
after that. I mean,
question,
what do you say
and
after that?
It went.
Poof.
That was a conversation stopper.
Trying to think how
Uh-huh.
that began. I don't want to think. Ignore.
Yes.
Never mind. Moving on.
No, well,
Next.
you brought it up, Freya. Wonder what the train station was thinking about her. Nothing. It's a
Can we
train
now
station.
pull up the clip of the girl with the big Ben?
Okay, I'll look it up.
See that.
Jasmine has said, I think it's idioms in other countries that would compare to Pleasure Beach law, like up the apples. Oh, you a Cockney, are you?
Huh?
Up the apples and pears to your bats and the belfry. Apples and up
Huh?
the apples and pears. That's a Cockney saying, isn't
Upstairs,
it?
yeah,
It's up the stairs.
Yeah. And I mean
I think it
that
is.
sounds a little less.
Yeah, I think that's a little less
that's
sinister.
Well, I wouldn't say it's.
Are you like?
sinister,
Are
I
you?
would
Do
say
you mean
it's
like
deeply
Adrian? Do you mean
misleading.
like brand names or like say like restaurant chains or whatever? They
Anything.
just are innocent, but for some people, their mind maybe goes in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
Pleasure Beach, it's not that difficult to go in a weird direction because it's called Pleasure
Well, I managed to
Beach.
survive 29 years, thank you very much, without having that thought. And I've got quite a gutter level mind sometimes. It's your fault entirely.
I know,
Yeah,
you've
you're
ruined
welcome.
our childhoods. We've went here since we
I
were
am
babies.
destroyed.
That's what I basically am paid to do as a tennis coach, is ruin children's childhoods. Because anyway.
We're all going to rock
moving
up
on.
to Team GB in October, and we're going to look at the sign, and we're going to be like, "Oh, it's ruined."
If I took a photo, if there's a sign, if there's a giant sign, I don't know, that says Pleasure Beach in giant neon letters, and I took a photo of myself underneath it, I guarantee you all my Australian friends would be like, "Where are you? What are you doing?"
Okay,
Put that into practice and come to Team GB then, and we'll see what happens.
And
Let's
if you
go to
can't
Pleasure
make it,
Beach.
if you can't make
Sorry.
it to Team GB, then everyone that is going to Team GB, go and take a picture of that sign and go tag
Get a
Adrian
big group
in it.
photo under the
Yeah.
sign.
What have I done? What have I done?
Oh,
What are we
you've
talking
started now.
about? God, okay, what am I looking up? Chloe? Girl who thinks
The
she's
little
Big
Ben
Ben.
girl
child.
who
They think she's Big Ben.
Ding
She thinks
dong,
she's Big Ben, or
ding
she wants
dong.
to marry it.
I swear, I can't believe you guys haven't
Ding
seen this
dong,
yet.
ding dong.
Does she do that?
Yeah, she does.
She actually, I was making fun.
I swear she does, yeah. It's really funny. Like, she's casually on,
Wait,
like,
so
this
Freya
morning.
replaces Big Ben?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, hang on.
I really
I'm
hope
gonna
she's
watch
younger
this.
than 12.
No, I think she is
Yeah.
about
She looks
12.
about 12. Okay. This is going to be one of those reaction videos, okay? I've not seen
Oh,
this.
God.
So,
The dad is
Here we
even
go.
Meet the
there
girl
in
who
full
wants to
support.
replace Big Ben's who wants to replace Big Ben's bongs.
Oh, bless her. Bless her
She's
cottons.
so cute.
She looks well chuffed with herself. We'll give her that.
Oh, bless
But,
her.
like, bless her, she, like, actually wrote a letter to say she wanted to become the Big Ben.
Bim bom bim bom. Bim bom bim bom. Bim bom bim.
Whoever made that edit, you're going to hell.
It's awful.
okay, I'm just going to say.
I wasn't
if it's sort of the
expecting
same
that.
to
I
you,
genuinely thought that was just weird.
Neither. I thought if it says girl
Oh.
takes over Big Ben during New Year's Eve, I thought she had gone in the tower or something with a megaphone. I didn't realize they were just putting her face on top of a clock face.
Bless her.
Done with conviction.
Oh,
Have you
bless
guys
her.
seen?
Like,
'cause
she
we're
actually
going
wrote a
down this
letter.
route anyway. To Big Ben.
Yeah, she wrote a letter, I think it was to the government, to say that she wanted to be Big Ben because she didn't want the people to be disappointed while the Big Ben was closed. Like, bless her.
That's
little
kind of
cotton.
cute.
She just
actually.
stand there with her arms
I know.
moving.
I know, like,
the
no
time.
harm, but why is Big Ben still under construction? It's a clock tower. They've built hospitals in a few weeks, but they can't fix a clock tower in like 4 years. I don't get it.
It's under construction.
It was under construction
Yeah, it's
when
being
you
refurbished.
were
Yeah.
over, because when I was trying to get a picture of you with, do you remember there's that phone booth, and I tried to get a picture of you in the phone booth and Big Ben.
Yeah, I remember you telling me
It
to
was covered
stand
in-
there whilst you took a
It's
picture,
been
and I
under
still don't
construction
understand
since
why.
2017. Or is it 2018? I was there in 2018 with Amy, and it was under construction, and it's still under construction now. Like, what are you doing to Big
You mean
Ben?
it's under repair, right? Surely it's not actually under construction. It's being repaired or
Yeah, they're
refurbished.
refurbishing it.
Okay. All right. Technically, what's the difference with an inanimate object between a train station or Woody and the... What's a Woody? Hey,
Did that just happen?
A little girl wanting to be Big Ben is even funnier with the new RuPaul Drag Race UK cast song that came out a week later, because that goes Bing Bang Bong Sing Sing song.
Yes, I love RuPaul.
What
Although
are
I
you guys
haven't
watching?
watched.
Honestly, I know it's
Other-
quarantine at the end of the
I'm coming
week.
back.
Find something better to do. Come on, surely we can have some sort of... I was going to say an intelligent conversation, and then I want to show you this. I don't know if I've shown you this, but I had a student come up to me. I was coaching tennis. He was about 13, 14, and he said, I'll show you the clip. And he said, you have to see this clip. When I saw this clip, I immediately thought of you as in being me. So you watch this clip, okay? And then tell me what you think how I should feel, given that this clip, the first thing it makes you think of me. All right, just watch this. Okay. So apparently that clip made my student think of me. I don't know how to say.
Do your students know more about you than we do?
Are you throwing
No,
objects at your students?
Because I laugh at stuff
Are
that.
you
I
spanking
find
your
it
kid?
hilarious. I don't have kids, no, and I don't. But see, there are a lot of people who get very uptight about stuff like this and go, "Oh, you can never smack your kids, you can never discipline them. Everyone is special. Everyone should get this, that." Whereas I just
Never
find that
did
really
me any
funny.
harm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just put it out there.
Oh no, we
You need
we
a
had
little bit
discipline
of
growing
fear.
up.
A little bit of fear goes a long way.
I still see when I've been like just a bit of a
Yeah.
not
I'm gonna
very good
smack in the
person.
bum.
I still have that muscle memory reaction of I need to move and I run.
Moving your
And it's
bum, yeah.
The hips leads the way.
What?
And I'm
Well, if
29.
you can,
I know, right? I'm
If
the
you
same.
can,
I'm
Freya,
33
can you-
this year. I'm exactly
can
the
you
same.
guys tell me what it was that you got? Because for me, it wasn't a hand.
It was
I
a backhand
got
to
a-
the bum.
I think mine was like the closest
Yeah,
object.
backhand of the bum.
We
Remote-
didn't get objects. We didn't get
Rem-
objects. My mum and
remote
dad
We
got
control.
got a feather
objects,
duster.
but we didn't.
The hand. So if you
Duster.
hold a feather duster the wrong way round, then you
Duster.
like that.
Oh,
It really hurt.
Whew.
Or a shoehorn. We had a plastic shoehorn that was about 2 feet
Oh
long.
yeah,
Oh.
who got one of
Plastic.
those?
It really.
Oh, that's like
In fact, one
rat
time,
tail type.
yeah, in one time, my brother got smacked so hard that the thing broke on his butt.
Oh,
But so,
ouch.
Mm-mm.
but I mean, kids
Why
need
don't
discipline.
kids get spanked anymore? Like, they don't.
Because it's
It's
naughty
because it's
and it's not
illegal, I think.
fair.
They got
I
to sit
think
on
it's
the
illegal
naughty
in some
step.
places.
You need to punish
Like-
them and wrap them in
That's why
cotton wool,
kids are
even when
so
they've been
spoiled
horrible.
these days.
Oh, totally.
Don't start, Freya. Don't start. Honestly, I could rant and rave for like hours and hours about all kids need to be wrapped up in cotton wool, need to be kept safe, because otherwise bad things will happen to them. And yeah, they go into the world and they're not prepared for it. And
I had
They
an
don't
ex-boyfriend who I lived with, and his mum owned a nursery, and they were not allowed. It wasn't like, I don't think it was her choice. I think it was like the governing body. They weren't allowed to use like negative language. So if they were being horrible little children, they weren't allowed to be told that they were being bad or naughty. It was just, that's not very kind. And I'm like, really?
oh, that's crap. That's just crap. I'm sorry.
You've got to have the patience of a saint to
This-
do that.
There's
No.
no authority in that at all. No,
No.
I couldn't.
Take the
I can be a
Just look
teacher.
at what happens in nature, in the wild, right? If you're a little tiger cub and you go a little lion cub and you annoy the big male, the male doesn't say, "That's not very kind." It just gives you a slap
kills
across
you.
the face.
Mm.
Or that too. That might be a bit
eats you.
extreme. I've been tempted to do that, not the eating, but the killing. But I mean, we respond to negative and positive, and we tend to be more afraid of negative. If you told me to go and sit on the naughty step, I'd probably go be naughty on the naughty step. Then what are you going to
Yeah.
do? It's just
Then
Sorry.
kids are smart as well, and they start negotiating with you. So no, this is not a negotiation. This is no negotiation.
Listen, Linda. Listen, honey.
I'm right, you're wrong.
Linda.
I'm big, you're small.
Look at Linda. This is Grandma's house.
Listen, Linda.
Look at Linda. Listen.
I don't know
It
what you're
really is
talking
so
about.
baffled.
You're gonna have to get that
Linda.
up. Put in there Linda child or
Google
Linda
Little
child.
Linda.
I've just
Little
I
Linda.
feel like I've become an
Listen,
IT
Linda.
help desk.
listen, Linda. Look at Linda.
I've never had to smack Rachel because luckily a good old fashioned death stare does the trick.
Oh,
The mommy stare.
You'll have
Marion's
you'll
got
have
a
to
good
take
mum
selfie.
stare.
of you'll have to take a selfie of death stare and send it to me, because I have seen some really good death stares. Actually, I think death stares is a very female thing. I don't know. I can't think of a single guy.
Guys aren't
Yeah.
good at it.
He's got.
I just
No.
laugh if my dad
Okay,
tries
all
to
right,
give me a
hang on. We
death
need to
stare.
do this. All right, one at a time. You're going to have to give us your Beth death stare. Death stare.
I'm gonna laugh.
We're going to go Danielle first,
I don't
then
know.
Chloe,
I
and then Freya. Okay, and I'm going to full screen you for this. Okay?
No!
So on the
No!
count of 3, Danielle, here you go. Give us your
Oh,
death stare. Come
no.
on. That's a horrible death stare. Come
I can't do it. I can't do it. You put me under
Think that
pressure.
someone's really annoyed you.
Don't think of Pleasure Beach. Don't think of Pleasure Beach. Don't think of Pleasure. Okay, Freya,
I
come
love
on.
Pleasure Beach.
Your face
I
just
don't know if
dropped.
it's a death stare or you're flirting with me. I can't tell.
That's worrying.
Stop smiling. You can't just smile when you're death stare. I have to vote who's got the best. Oh, I can't say it. Best
The
death
screw
stare.
face. It's like an aggressive kiss.
You're kind of constipated, but that's okay.
Very grinchy of you.
Freya,
Well, that was a cute
Freya.
angle. Right. hold on.
Oh.
Oh!
Can I
try again?
Eyebrow.
Can I try
go.
again?
She's gonna do the eyebrow. Go on.
You're still smiling,
You're
Chloe.
still smiling.
Okay. Well, this
Mine's just the you know better face.
That
Like,
was fun.
you want to go there?
I
They were
worked a lot
talking-
with kids, and the thing that I found most, it's the one place where my height has been the most useful asset. So if a kid was naughty on the tennis court, I wouldn't have to yell. Sometimes I did, but normally I would just get right up close to them and, stare at them. And they're 3 foot, I'm 6 foot tall. And you just put the fear of God into them because you're this height. I don't know.
That
I
height.
will never forget. I will never forget. I had a bunch of teenage boys, right? Teenage boys, probably the hardest ones to control. And there were 8 of them. And I don't know if you ever tried disciplining a bunch of kids, but you get one of them to shut up. And then one over there starts talking. And then Chloe's being attacked by her. Then you go after that one. Then another one starts talking. So you spend your whole time just trying to get control of the group. I knew that wasn't going to work. So I literally just stood there in silence, not saying a thing. And then about a minute later, one of them saw me standing there looking not very happy, really looking like Freya did a minute ago.
Yeah.
And he goes, guys, shut up. Adrian's angry. And then all of them, bang, just shut up straight away.
Yeah,
And I had
my
to try
teachers used
the
to do that
hardest
on
I could
us.
Not to smile, because you just feel like, yes, I've arrived. You guys shut up without me having to say anything.
I
It was a
couldn't
proud
see how
moment.
anyone would be scared of you.
Say,
If I was
I can
5,
see it.
I might
Get
be
me on a
scared.
rant, drive me crazy, and it's not. I don't think it's difficult to see, Chloe. I mean, you're not a child. If you were 5 years old, being really annoying, being really loud, and I was standing next to you at over 6 foot tall, and I was holding a tennis racket, you might
True. Yeah.
you might think
Add that in.
twice.
I watched
So
a
you would
TikTok.
smack a kid, but you wouldn't smack an alien?
No, I don't smack kids. I've never smacked
They're
kids.
one and
I
the
never
same,
have to.
surely.
Yeah.
I don't want to smack an alien. You're the one that wants to smack the alien. I want to go and communicate with it. You want
I
to stick
would
with Freya.
Sounds
never
like a
smack
game.
an alien. I love
Whack-a-mole.
aliens.
So I watched
You
a
were just
TikTok.
saying you want to dissect them.
No, they want to dissect us.
How do you know?
Danielle,
that?
watch the
I'm not-
TikTok, guys.
I'm not rehashing this.
Just gonna let these
I'm
go backwards
listening
and
to you.
forwards talking about blooming aliens. I
Exactly.
watched a TikTok the other day, and they said every accent, obviously, the louder you get, the more aggressive and more like intimidating it gets. Every accent, like Welsh accent, even though they can be absolutely sweet, but you won't want to like once they get yeah, I'm not gonna swear, but when
God,
you
yell back.
like when they get louder and more angry, and it gets more intimidating. Same with the Scottish could go off on one and it gets scary. Let me get ASMR. The London accent, however, the more quiet you get, the scarier it gets. The London accent is the only accent. It gets more scary as you get
Please get out
quieter.
of my ear.
You want to come in for a cup of tea, do you?
No, I'm just keep thinking of Pleasure Beach now. Sorry, can you just get out of my ears? Chloe, what are you going to do?
Sean.
I was trying to look that up. I couldn't find it. Well, I
Gonna
need to
turn
find
them
that
lights
meme
down
somewhere.
low.
Say my name again, Sean. It's better with my mic. This is one of the benefits of having this sort of mic, especially with the sound adjusted now. So it literally sounds like Sean.
Sean.
Freya has no idea what we're talking about this time.
Sean.
Oh.
No idea.
It sounds better with anyway. Okay, so Jasmine is talking about the kids. So just to be clear, I've never had to smack a child because they're scared of me. It's about positive reinforcement. I work in a school, shocking lol. Children are only rewarded for good behavior, but myself and bad behavior, golden time. I know people take games, etc., away from children who heavily misbehave. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think I was watching, it might have been Piers Morgan. I don't know what show, it's a Good Morning Britain or the show that he's on. And they were talking about how tag has been removed from schools because apparently, I think it was, I don't know if they thought it was a sexist game or they thought it taught kids to be competitive and that was a bad thing.
No, it's not.
And there was this
The world is
there was this
competitive.
middle-aged woman fully believing that it was a bad thing to allow kids to play tag, so they had banned it from the school. I don't know what to say to that. I mean, I think that's a horrific idea.
Just don't leave
and
your
I think
house, love.
Snowflake generation.
Well, yeah, let's not get started on that, huh?
The amount of times a day I will hear myself thinking, "Oh, get over it," is unreal, and that is a prime example of like a situation. Get over it. It's tag. How do you ban tag? It's an automatically generated game that you're born programmed to play.
With. As soon as you get into a playground, boom, tag.
You're born to chase, right? That's part of what we're supposed to be able to do is chase and run. God forbid, that we run. But I think the issue that people have is that they see a kid who loses get upset. So they think that's a bad thing. So then they stop the whole game. Whereas I look at that, because I've had kids have temper tantrums because they lost or whatever. And my reaction to that is, well, you're going to have to learn how to deal with this sooner or later. It'd be better if you learn how to deal with losing sooner. Because if you don't learn how to deal with it now and then you're 30 and that's the first time you lose, that's worse. Yep. So I strongly disagree with these people who stop games because, oh, look at that person. He's upset, she's upset, therefore this is bad. Just because someone gets upset doesn't mean it's bad. We get upset all the time. It's a natural part of life. I don't agree with trying to make a kid's life happy all the time. Well, those drove me crazy as well.
And primary school graduations, it's like, no. Like P7 prom. Oh, but the big kids get it. So, like, it doesn't have to be the same across the board all the time. Just wait your turn. You'll win eventually.
That's what they say it has to be. These people who are proponents of that saying, well, if you give one to that person, you have to give one to that person because otherwise they'll feel bad. I'm like, no, that's not how life works.
Yeah. That's like in some pageants when there's like 4 contestants, they won't announce a top 3 because that person, obviously
the one person,
it's obvious who placed the lowest, but they still might have scored really highly in all the rounds. It just means that the other people have scored higher, that's all. I mean, there's a lot of they'd rather
Danielle,
just announce the winner on the stage instead of having a top 2.
But I mean,
I think it's beneficial to know where you placed.
I agree with you. I think overall it would just behoove all of us to be a little less sensitive.
Yes.
I think that would fix so many
There's
of the world's
nothing wrong
problems.
with being offended now and then.
There's nothing wrong with placing last as well. There's a lot of things in my life I've placed last in.
Oh, I've been last so many times.
The bleep test every time.
First one out.
The bleep test, you see, that's funny because it also depends whether you actually care or not. So I used to come last, or not last, but like really bottom when we did cross country. because A, I couldn't run, still can't, not long distances. B, it bored the hell out of me. And C, I just didn't care. So that didn't upset me. Whereas if it's something that you genuinely care about and then you don't do well, I could see that being upsetting. But my attitude to it is always, well, it's not anyone else's fault. What can I do better next time? If I really want this and I'm going to give it another go, what can I do to be better next time? Or if it was completely unfair, let's say you entered a pageant, you did really well and it was rigged, because it could happen, well, then don't go into that system again. But what I don't understand is when people get really upset, they do the same mistake again and then they just get upset and they're permanently offended. They live in a permanent... I don't know if you know any people like this. They are able to get offended at the drop of a hat. Anything. They could be in line.
Always on the defense.
It's like a victim mentality.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's an inferiority complex.
It drives me crazy. I think that's a really big issue in the world. And I just think if we could be a little less offended. I mean, if someone's trying to offend you, then you disengage. I'm not saying you put up with abuse or something like that, but don't stay somewhere and just get offended, because I think that's just as bad, frankly. Now, Jasmine, who says she's worked with kids, I know if games get rough, they have to ban them for safety. Yeah. To a certain point. I mean,
with the bigger kids,
I have scars. Yeah. I mean, I still have scars on my knees from falling over in primary school, because that's just what you do when you're a kid. You fall over. And I think if you don't learn to fall over when you're a kid, again, I think it's just going to be worse as you grow up.
I think a lot of this as well has come from like the fact that we've become like, it's getting very serious now, but I think like everyone wants to blame someone else. So like you send your kid to school, they fall over, oh, it's the school's fault. And it's like, well, no, they're a kid, they were having funny trips, like get over it. It's fine. Stick some Bongella, stick some Germaline on it.
Bongella. Windex.
Put some Windex on it. That's a really bad Greek accent. I apologise. But yeah, it's just like no one wants to take accountability or like responsibility for anything anymore. It's always someone else's fault, and it's like it's an accident. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm a life with Grey's knees until I was about 12.
But you can see when a kid falls over, they don't immediately start to scream. What they do is they look to the nearest adult or role model to see how they should react. Now, if the adult then freaks out and becomes hysterical, in that moment, the child learns, oh, that's what I should do when I fall over, is I should scream and be hysterical. And then whenever that kid falls over for the rest of their life, well, not necessarily, but usually, even if it's not a bad cut, they just start screaming. Then there are other ones who have a really bad injury. And
you go, come on, get up, soldier on. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, but that's really bad, because we're taught in first aid, when someone's quiet, that's when you have to be really careful. Sure. And there are some kids who just will not cry, never will cry. It doesn't matter, broken arm, broken leg, 2 broken legs, they will not cry. But the kids learn that behavior, I think, from us as parents or teachers or role models or nieces, aunts, that sort of thing. Yeah. I mean, I've fallen over, I don't know how many times. I still fall over these days, and I still think it's really funny when I fall over. In fact, that's funnier when I fall over now than when I fell over as a kid. When I fell over as a kid, like, that's really upsetting. When I fall over now, it's like, God, one day I will learn how to walk without falling over.
One day I will master this.
It's like the other day I slipped on the ice.
Master walking.
Slipping on ice is always funny.
Yeah.
Unless you crack your head.
Unless you really hurt yourself or someone really hurts themselves. But slipping on ice is always funny to watch. You've ever seen that clip where the guy's parked up a car and he's filming the kids coming out of school and they're all slipping one by one?
Oh.
I've been really enjoying watching the sledging dogs on the ice. Like the ones that have managed to get hold of their owner sledges and they're just loving life, just skating along the ice on the sledges. It's great fun.
Oh, when Did you see the one on the news? The dogs were sledging each other off. I thought they were insulting each other, like sledging each other. You have that word, right?
No.
A sledge is a plastic bucket that you go down a snowy hill on.
No, or a wooden one. I'm sledging you, like in cricket, a lot of the time it's called sledging. You're basically just saying crap, talking crap about the other person. So when you said sledging,
like trash talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Immediately went to two dogs that are just talking rubbish at one another, which is something I'd want to see.
roasting
Chloe,
each
sorry,
other.
what were you saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying it was on the news a few weeks ago where a man saved like another man's dog on a pier. It was quite cute. He jumped in and saved it for him.
Oh. I thought you were going to say about a man saved another man out of the Amsterdam canals from skating around on the ice.
Oh, no,
Did
I
you see
haven't
that?
seen that
You
one.
You
Did
shared
you see the
that?
guys? There was
Like-
is that the guy skating on the ice in his pants?
Yeah. And then he tripped and fell in and the ice broke.
I saw that one.
I've
I
only
shared
seen the
that one.
skating
I thought
upright
that was
part.
really funny.
Oh, so funny. And he went into the water and they were trying to get him out for ages. And there,
Oh my
by that
goodness.
time,
It's not the
a whole
same one.
crowd had formed. And when he got out, they were like yes.
Oh no.
Why couldn't he get out himself?
Because there wasn't like in the canals, there wasn't any like ladders for him to get out. Because he swam to the edge, but there was nothing for him to, get out
Oh,
because it's all high. So he came over to the edge of the ice, and someone had to like kind of drag him in. But obviously, the ice is fragile in that area because it just broken. So they had to be careful dragging him back on the ice. But that's gotta hurt. Been dragged across ice with your bare chest.
Oh,
I
Oh, the
hope he learned his
burn.
lesson, but I would assume not. Now, where are we? Rachel has said one game I know is really competitive in our household is Monopoly.
Oh, there is
Yeah.
tears.
Very
Always
seriously as well.
tears.
It causes
I
arguments.
have to win. I have to win. There's no.
Monopoly. Yeah,
I just refuse to
Monopoly has
play.
broken up more families and more relationships than anything. Swear to God. If you want to have
That
an
game-
argument,
Everyone
it.
cheats
Play
as well. There's
Monopoly.
always one that cheats. There's always one that nabs
My
it. It's usually the
sister-
person that volunteers as tribute to be the banker. They're always
my
nabbing a wee
sister.
bit extra.
Yeah.
Every time they dish out the money, one for me, one for you, one for you, one for me. It's always the
just like
cheater.
real life.
It always ends up the whole
Yes.
thing being flipped and hotels everywhere
Yeah.
all over the carpet.
No one can agree on the
Okay.
rules
And then you
of
stand on
Monopoly,
one 3
though.
weeks later.
Picking them
Yeah,
out,
that's-
getting them outside
They're
out under the
really-
couch.
They're like Lego, though. Have you ever stepped on them? They're really
Yes,
painful
that's
to
what I was
step
painful.
on.
gonna say.
They're little houses more so than the hotels, because the hotels are bigger. If you step in one of the houses, it
Oh.
hurts. Like in the middle of the night when you're crawling downstairs to get like a glass of water and you step on that, you're like, it
Right on the
hurts.
chimney.
Evil. Right
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
chimney.
The chimney goes right into the small of your foot.
Oh, the chimney.
Yeah, the chimney. But Monopoly, no, I think a lot of the arguments are caused because people can't agree on the rules. For example, people will say you land on free parking and then you get all the money that's from
money,
jail
yeah.
or community chest, right? Then
Yeah.
there's the one that if you roll 3 doubles in a row, you go straight to jail. Then there's the rule, whenever you land on something that's unoccupied, someone has to buy it. I never knew about that
No,
until
I
I
don't
read the
like
rule
that.
books.
We
Never
don't
heard
play
that
that
one.
way. I have played it
It's
that
the
way
official
before,
rules.
but I don't think you should.
So
No,
if
because then
you
you're just
land on
buying
something
a
and you
pile of
don't wanna
random
buy it,
stuff you don't want.
it goes up to auction. So you might end up getting Mayfair for like £5 because no one else wanted to buy it. So that's
That's
how
never
it's
gonna
supposed to
happen.
play.
Mayfair and
you
Park
send it-
Lane.
They're the first
Yeah.
ones to
But
go.
then the board gets built up really quickly, right? And then that's when it's supposed to become interesting. But
I like
anyway,
the
I haven't
railway
played that for so long.
stations. Railway stations is
Hmm.
my jam.
Nah, you
No,
never
they're
get enough
useless.
money for them.
Oh yeah, you do. It
Yeah.
collects up over time because once you've got
No,
them,
Still not a
you-
huge amount compared to the hotels.
yeah,
yeah,
you can't
but
improve the
it's like
railways.
consistent money.
Yeah.
But it's
Do you know
not
what I
enough.
mean? It's
Yeah.
around
You
the
know, the
board.
railway station and someone else owns Mayfair and Park Lane with
Me-
all the money you've
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
going to be able to buy your way out of it if you get it on a hotel.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I go for. I go for Park Lane and Mayfair, and then the
Train
stations.
station. Yeah.
I like the
But you
brown
guys-
ones, Old Kent Road, because
No. You don't get
They're
enough
good-
money
they're
for those.
no, but they're good. They're
Sentimental
little
reasons.
earners, but they're cheap investments. I've kicked people out the game for landing on me Old Kent Road.
I will say
I'm
people
gonna
seem to
take
land
my
on
horse
those
to
brown
the Old
ones
Kent Road.
a lot of the time. I don't know why. Every time you go past Go, you seem to end up landing on one of those cheap brown ones.
You need to
So-
buy in strategic placement. So if you buy like a third of
Yeah.
the way around the board, folk are going to land on you all the time. You just keep on earning. I'm coming in.
Mhm.
I do the opposite of Danielle. I try and buy the entire expensive street. I buy the blues and the greens because once you got that,
Yeah, me
then
too.
you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Our game is, I take it very seriously, lol. I was going to ask, did you guys have special localized Monopoly? I was reading up, it was either in Galway, in Ireland,
I mean,
Galway
mine is
Derry.
localized, so
Yours is, but they were making like special Irish versions of
They
Monopoly.
Yeah,
have
there's a
an
Glasgow
Alton
one.
Towers. They have an Alton Towers Monopoly.
A
oh,
what?
An
What's
Alton
Alton
Towers.
Towers?
didn't they do a
It's
Harry
a
Potter
theme
Alton
one?
Towers
park.
is a theme park. There's a Harry Potter one, yeah.
And they have the World one as well, where it's like different places from
Different
The world
I've
countries.
seen one that had New York City in it. It had New York in the
Yeah,
place
that's
of
the
Monopoly.
one.
Yeah,
I
Madison
have that one. I
Avenue.
think it's really handy because you have like debit cards instead of the money, so it's like the World one's pretty handy. Yeah.
Bougie.
Oh, is that the one where you actually, it's calculated
Mhm.
for you, so you don't need to, yeah, I like that because
Yeah.
Oh
working
no,
out how to do change and
No
stuff
cheating.
took so long.
no cheating.
No
Yeah,
cheating.
exactly.
I mean, I like the money. I like wafting it in people's faces when I've got lots of it.
money.
I've got money.
I
So
I
never
what
don't
you
need
do
you to
in
pay
real life too,
mortgage.
you
I've
take
got
out your rent
money.
of cash and you wave it in people's faces. That could be slightly annoying.
Make
Don't
it
know what you
rain with the
guys do in London.
He's making it rain with the Monopoly money.
Okay, so the ones are black. What color are the fives?
Is
Are
it
the
just-
ones black?
Are they black?
The
I think
ones
the ones are black, aren't they?
No.
What color are
Brown.
ones?
Brown.
Brown.
Hold on. Let's
Fives
Google
are-
Monopoly money.
Monopoly money color. Yeah.
Whilst Danielle was doing that, let me go through the rest of the comments. Pamela has said, I tell my girls you're working on skills for the
Ah.
future. Absolutely. Also, fourth runner-up out of 63 is better than winner with 4 entered and it's someone else's turn. I agree. I just think overall people care too much about whether they win or lose. I think you got to play the game and learn each time and get better. I think if we could teach kids more about that and less about I need to come first, otherwise I have
Yeah.
no value,
Yeah.
then I think
There
that
was-
would deal with a lot of the
There
issues.
was something that someone said to me a couple of years back, and it was after I'd placed first runner up at Galaxy twice, and I was just like, I'm taking a year out. I'm stepping back. I'm not going to continue because I was just beating myself down, and I felt like I'd done 2017 for the wrong reasons. I felt like I was trying to prove a point. And someone suggested going on. I'm not going to name what competition it was, but someone suggested going on to do this certain competition because it was a guaranteed crown. And I was like, I don't want to do that.
No,
Like,
the
I
whole
don't
point
care.
of doing
I don't
the
want
whole
to
point
do
of doing
that. I would much
competition is to have
rather come first
competition.
runner up again against 13 girls, which, let's face it, was quite a lot for Scotland at that point, than be up against one person and win because I'm only up against one other person. Like, that wasn't interesting to me. So yeah, I get what she's saying. Like, I'd much rather not win but have a bigger competition and have to prove myself against more people than guaranteed. I don't see the point.
Absolutely.
You're not learning anything.
Yeah.
That's why
I-
I jumped straight in at Miss Universe Great Britain. I was just like, I'd rather come last here than go do a pageant where it's a dead cert to win a crown because I'm not
No
just
point.
I'm not after a crown. I'm after the full experience. I'm
Yeah.
looking to
not,
grow
but
as a
some
human
people are.
being. And
Some
yeah,
people are. They literally, as soon as that thing hits their head, that piece of tin, plastic, whatever it is, they feel like they are now somehow worthy. When
The
they
amount
weren't
of
before.
people who I have witnessed change as soon as they've had a crown on their head, I'm just like, what happened to you? Like, that's not what this is meant to do. You're meant to be the same person. Like, just it's
I've
not meant to
never-
change who you are any, and you shouldn't be in it to change who you are. Like, I don't get it. That's one thing that really confuses me, like how people use it as a sort of validation thing.
I've never
and
actually
let
been-
it go to their head. There's so many people that let it go to their head, and it bothers me.
I've never actually
bothers
been
me.
upset for not winning ever. Like I've never
No.
got upset about not winning. Like
No.
never really for
No.
that for me. I'm not like a winning type person. Like I am for the experience 100%.
Yeah.
I know people be like,
I
"Oh,
think-
but are you sure you weren't sad you didn't win?" I'm like, I swear,
Yeah.
it doesn't
If
bother
I've
me
like,
winning or not.
if I feel like I've done my best, like 2016, I
Yeah.
always use Galaxy as the example because 2016, I put everything I could into it. I did everything that I could, and Emma deserved to win. 2017, I didn't care. I was sat, and I don't mind saying this because I've already had the full conversation with Holly. So like I was sat in rehearsals next to Haley, and she was like, "Oh, what fashion wear have you got?" And at this point, I'd been so let down by one of my sponsors who was making my fashion wear and my swimwear that I was like, I don't actually know. I think I'm probably just going to wear one of the dresses that I brought to wear one of the other nights. I didn't have a fashion wear. My bikini didn't fit. I borrowed my bikini that I wore that night from Emma, and she only told me that she had it when I was getting my hair done after rehearsals. So I was completely unprepared. I didn't care. I was doing it for all the wrong reasons. And I knew, and I watched the video back now. Like, I've never posted any of the photos because I hate them. I watch the video back now occasionally, and I'm like, I can see why I didn't win because you can just tell that my heart wasn't in it. I wasn't bothered. So I can look back and be like, that's fine. I'm not upset about that because I didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
So like, if you've done all you can, then you should be happy with that. If you can look back and actually say and pick out why it happened the way it happened, you should be happy with that as well because you can recognize it and that's where you learn from it. And I'm speaking really fast that I can't breathe.
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 But yeah, I just don't.
I think when
There's
you've
like,
when
I've
you've
got like
worked really hard and then you
Yeah.
don't get it, it's upsetting, but also
it's
you do have a bit of
disappointing.
it's disappointing, but it's also reassuring in yourself knowing that you did everything you can and you are proud of yourself in that moment. And that part where you get proud of yourself is also when you get upset because you are so emotional that this is
Yeah.
over now and you've
it's
worked
different
so
tears, though.
hard. It's a different
tears.
kind of emotion. It's almost like
It's
a
like
release, I
a relief.
suppose.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
So I think it's a massive roller coaster of emotions whenever you do a pageant. And you know, if you place first runner up, God, I've been there. Second runner up, third runner up. You know, everyone has different emotions at the end of it. But I can honestly say I've never been like crushed or sad, really sad for not winning ever, because I've always been. I mean, you can't be sad and grateful at the same time. I've always been so grateful for the journey. I've been frustrated before when I didn't think that things were quite fair, which is understandable.
Yeah.
That's
you've got to
completely different.
You just got to remember to just be graceful in the moment.
Yeah. But then is it a system that you want to be involved in if it's not fair anyway?
Exactly.
Or a situation, because it's the same in life.
Yeah, if you put yourself in the same situation again and again when you know it's gone badly before, and then it happens to you again, I think
that's a definition of madness. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome.
Stupid.
Like when you get one of those friends that keep going back to their exes and you'd be like, right, I'm done trying to talk to you.
Not having this conversation again.
There's always that one friend though, and you even stop giving them advice in the end because you know whatever you say, they're not going to listen anyway. Always.
Yeah.
You just right. What did I say last time?
You stop talking
Still
to them.
stands.
Why aren't you talking to me anymore? Are you upset with me? It's like, no.
I just can't be bothered repeating myself.
I found the Monopoly money.
Oh,
okay. What are the colours?
Okay, so the $1 was white. Like the ones were white. This is what I don't understand.
Were they?
Yeah, they're white.
What? I don't remember that.
Yeah, they're white. Look.
Are you sure?
Huh?
I don't remember them ever being white.
No, they're white. White.
Oh yeah, they are white. Oh my
god. The ink's black and the paper's a different colour. Okay.
So the ones are white, the 5s are pink, the 10s are yellow, the 20s are like a mint green, and the 50s are blue.
Pink? Oh no.
No, the pink's 5s. There's even the junior Monopoly because they have 2s, 3s, and 4s. And also on here there's different ones. There's also $100 and $500. That's so weird.
Is it just me that thinks 2s, 3s, and 4s would be so much harder to add together than the 10s and 5s?
That's why they gave them to the juniors potentially, because you know they've got to learn their maths somehow.
I couldn't cope with that. I'd be like 3, 7, no.
No.
Do
What
you guys
confuses me
not have the
about
hundreds and the 500s?
no.
We do. We had 1, 5,
500s?
10,
No, we've got
20,
500s
50,
and 500s, you're right.
500s.
The 500s are pink, yeah.
No, so I've got what's this? 100 is like an orange, dark orange, and then a 500 is like a goldeny dark orange. Like
Oh, like a mustardy.
I'm
mustard.
looking
A
at them
mustard.
here, and I'm seeing
Mustard.
different versions
Yeah.
of the money depending, I think, on what country they were printed in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, that's
Oh,
why I said
he's
the
like
ones are
purple.
black,
Oh yeah,
because
50's
I just saw
purple
them
there.
as mainly black.
That's very strange. What I don't understand is it in pounds or is it in dollars? Because some of them say dollars, but obviously Monopoly is London,
It's
so it
in
should
London.
be British. Should be British pounds. We don't do a pound note.
No.
Yeah.
But I think
Not
for
anymore.
the Australian board, it was dollars. I think it depends what country it's printed in.
Yeah.
I thought everyone just played the London board. The London board's like
So did I.
the OG.
We have the London board, but I think it was in dollars. I don't think it was
What?
pounds.
Why?
Just because
no
obviously
Why
we
do
operate
London
in
like
dollars,
that?
not pounds. Don't know. Ask Hasbro, the people who put it together. But anyway, let's move towards the end so that we're not on forever. No, Rachel here said, I'm 19 and still full all the time. I have been to appearances on crutches in a full evening gown. Is that because
many.
Freya made you cry and you couldn't see where you were
No.
going?
And
then
pushed
she
her
pushed
down
you
the
over?
ice.
Accident prone.
Exactly.
It's all right, Rach. You've got a low centre of gravity. You're fine. You've not got as far to fall. In the nicest way possible. I love you to bits. She's so dinky, it's cute.
Dinky.
But she's been on crutches so many
Dinky.
times. I cannot count the amount of times that I've got out of a car and she's hobbled towards me on crutches. And I'm like, what have you done this time?
I mean,
Seriously.
I went to
Stop
Galaxy Portugal in a cast.
Oh, Jesus.
Hang on,
I
need
remember
to
one
bring
of
up
my friends actually, she was one of my National Treasure Queens and then she was going to do Galaxy and then didn't. But she came to International one year and she'd done something, I think she'd sprained her ankle or done something to her ankle. And she came to Galaxy on crutches, but she'd put tinsel around the crutches
Oh,
to make them
You got-
sparkly.
you got to work with what you
I was
got.
like, I love it. Love it. Red tinsel to match her dress. It's cute.
Aw.
Oh.
Bless her.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Pamela has said, when are you on again? Pamela, are you talking about the podcast, in which case it's on every Monday night? I am, speaking of people falling over, I'm interviewing at this time tomorrow Kiara. Freya, is it Kiara or Chiara? It's Kiara, right?
Kiara.
Meechan? Kiara Meechan, who's famous
Kiara
for falling
Meechan.
over in Amy Mizak's
Meechan.
Amy Mizak's TikTok video. So, Lucia said, very proud to say I won Monopoly the other day with Hotel on Mayfair. Anybody ever carry around Monopoly cash when they was a kid and felt like you had so much dollar at playtime? No.
Yeah.
Nope. I didn't, and I'm glad that works for you.
Oh, so you used to go in like the little plastic tills that you get as a kid with the plastic coins that came with it. Monopoly money.
Home bargains Monopoly.
What's home bargains? What's home bargains?
I've never been to a home
It's
bargains. Or a B&M.
Is it a store?
It's like a discount store.
I need to go to these stores.
I've been to B&M, but I don't think I've been to home bargains.
It's basically the same thing.
I've been to the Range. Is the Range similar? Yeah.
I haven't been to the Range either. I need to go to these stores.
The Range is the Range not like homey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
isn't
the discount home bargain?
I think the Range is more like TK Maxx, is it not?
I don't know.
That's Home Sense.
It's TK here, it's TJ in America.
Why?
No idea.
Why did they go from TK to T? Which one's the real one? Which one was the first? Was it TK or TJ?
What? Google. What are you saying?
Me and Eden had this conversation actually the other night on Holly's quiz, because one of the questions was where was the first Primark? And it was in Dublin, but Dublin's version of Primark
was called Pennies.
Is Pennies. So Pennies and Primark are the same thing.
But why
But
would they
thought it was
change
the
the
first
name?
Primark was also in Dublin.
Is it Primark? I thought it was Primark. That's how everyone that I knew
No,
talked
it's
about it.
Primark. It's Primark.
Prime.
It's
Prime.
Primark. Primark.
Primark.
Primark.
Pre.
Primark.
Primark.
Pre is spelled
Primark.
P-R-E.
P-R-I.
Primark.
Primark.
Pre and post.
Primark.
Primark.
Primark. Primark.
I'd gone with Primark because that's how I would
Primark.
pronounce the word if you just showed it to
Primark.
me.
Primark.
P-R-I
Yes, Primark.
sounds
Primary
prime.
Primark.
school. Primary school,
Prime.
not
Me and Freya's
primary
like
school.
two little birds at the bottom, like Primark.
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 Mine.
I'm just
Mine.
gonna call it
Mine.
so annoying.
That's what it's like working with kids, ladies and gentlemen.
Someone send them to preemie school.
Primark.
Primary school.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Primary school, I call it.
Jasmine has
Primary.
said,
Yeah,
Great
because
game
it starts
to
with
call
No,
Primark.
get into
P-R-I.
that. No. Shh.
Primary. Primark. Primary. Primark. Primary. Primark.
Primark.
Chloe has lost it. Good to know. Cards Against Humanity. This is a game
I've
that
never played that one.
I
Love
love
it.
Cards
Oh,
Against
Chloe.
Humanity.
It's
I
so
We're
know.
gonna
good.
have a games night play.
I'm gonna bring it. The next
Yes.
event we
You can't
have.
play it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have
you
a Cards
to be
Against Humanity game in my
very-
room.
Very
Yeah.
much in pageant mode because and people who get easily offended.
You discover
play
new
that
things
game.
about people.
If there's because I mean there's jokes about Hitler in there and things like that. So if you
Oh,
get
there's
easily offended, it's
Everything.
not
It's
the game for
disgusting.
you.
I'm
It's
But
not even
brilliant.
It's the
Oh,
best
It's the
game
best
ever.
game.
I
I'm
just
not
wish
gonna
there were
lie,
more
I do win
cards.
that.
And there's like
quite a
no
lot.
holds barred, so you can't even give
would.
anyone into trouble for being like close to the bone
Yeah.
because that's the whole point.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the closer to the bone you are, the more you win, right? Loads of
Yeah.
people change their values when they win. This is what I was going to say when Freya was talking about that. I remember this one sentence was, I won't tell you who said it, obviously, but it's like, I can't have a photo with you because you're not a queen. I think that basically sums up what the change in values is when some people
That's
win their crown.
awful.
Literally, told a girl who wanted a photo with her, I can't have a, I won't have a photo with you. You're not a queen. It's like,
I'll never forget at Intercontinental 2019. God, that was so long ago.
what was that noise?
I don't know. I can't even repeat it. But Intercontinental 2019, I was sat at the same table as like Lauren Parkinson and Olivia and Joanna and Holly and Steph, and like there was a load of us at the same table. And at the end, or in between the final round and crowning, you know, like the little break where everyone sort of mingles.
Doing nothing. Yeah.
I got a photo. I asked for a photo with Joanna, and she was like, "Are you serious?" So I was like, "Yeah, why?" She's like, "Well, I'm not a queen anymore. Like, no one asks me for pictures anymore." I was like, "Oh, babe,
Once
you're my
queen, always
pal.
a queen.
I'm not asking because you're a queen. I'm asking because I've not seen you for ages and I want a photo. Like, that doesn't matter to me." I hate it when people do that. It's so bad. Like, as soon as the crown's off your head, it's like they're irrelevant. Like, so many people have said to me, it's like, "Oh, you're just irrelevant after you're decrowned." It's just like, oh, I'm not decrowned. That's the wrong word. That's the wrong word. After you've handed over, and it's like that's how people feel because some people are just like, "You're not. I'm not bothered about you anymore." Like, that's so bad. It's awful. I can't believe someone said that. I really want to know who it was. You need to message me and tell me who that was, Adrian.
No, I'm not
You said it
engaging
now.
in any of that.
When we come off
You said my
live,
stomach's
not
really
live anymore.
rumbly.
Tell me, who was it?
I want to
No.
know. Show yourself. If you're watching this podcast, show yourself.
Tell me why.
now.
We've got two different songs here.
Okay.
What one are we doing?
Oh,
I just
okay.
changed the lyric from why to now.
Tell me
Oh.
why ain't nothing
Ain't
but a
nothing but a heartache.
Rumor.
Tell me why
Ooh.
I want it that way.
You can have it that way.
This is
I don't want it that
the
way. People need to be
most
nicer.
ridiculous. The most. Now I'm just thinking about anal probes again. This,
No, let's not go there. Let's not go there. Okay, next week I'm hosting. None of this.
Pleasure
Get your
Beach.
mind
You
out
have
the
to use the
gutter.
A word. You could have just said probes.
I'm dead.
Chloe's
Chloe's
gone.
deceased.
Chloe out. Chloe out.
Just to try
Someone's
and
beamed her up.
redeem myself slightly.
Chloe, you've got yourself in a
Let's wrap this
vulnerable
up.
position there, babe.
Oh no, God's sakes.
I give up. I'm gone. Bye bye. I quit.
Never gonna look at a
know
probe the
that
same
I
way again,
can't
are
take
you?
no more. It ain't no lie.
Oh,
Bye,
God.
bye, bye.
Bye-bye. Don't want to be a fool for you. Just another player in your game for two.
This is the karaoke
Freya?
with Chloe night.
Having a 90s karaoke by herself.
What do
I
you
love
have
90s
coming
boy
up
bands.
in the next couple of months?
For me?
Anything exciting coming up? Yes.
No. What do I have?
That's an easy answer. Let's moving on.
What do I have? I'm trying to
What
think.
exciting do you have coming up? Nothing. Okay, let's move
What
on.
month is
Next
it?
question. February.
It's
It'll be
March
soon.
February.
next. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
No,
March comes
right.
after
My
February.
excitement was looking forward to UK's National Miss, and I don't know what's happening with that, but I'm assuming that it's thanks to Boris and that. So
Boris.
I don't know. Eden is doing she's
Oh,
organised
yeah.
a stepsisters challenge, so it's 10,000 steps a day every day for the month of March. For Cancer Research UK. So I've said that I will get involved with that. However, I dislocated my knee at the start of the year,
Ooh.
and it is currently still fractured. And I was like, it's fine, I can use it as part of my physio. I didn't know how far 10,000 steps was until I googled it today. Apparently it's roughly, for an average stepper, like a normal person who steps like 2.5 feet per step, which I don't think I do, but anyway, it's 5 miles. 5 miles a day. And I don't think I can do that at the best of times. So I'm going to try. I'm sure my partner will push me when I'm with him to do it. He'll be like, no, out, go. But it could be a challenge. So I apologise in advance, Eden. I will try my best. But yeah, I've shared that on my Facebook, shameless plug, if anyone wants to join in. It's on my Facebook page. So I'm going to try and do that. But apart from that, I don't really know.
Anything coming
There's
up
not
with
really
the Scottish community?
well,
pageant community.
it's kind of I don't have anything like set out and planned. It's kind of just there for when people need it. So I've been posting in like little check-ins and stuff just to see how people are. There's a couple of the girls that have posted their campaigns as well. So it's a nice wee place to sort of share what each other's doing. I put in Eden Step Challenge as well because anyone can get involved. And yeah, it's just it's more a place to just sort of share how everyone's feeling at the moment. Anything that they do have coming up, they can put in there. But yeah, it's just sort of a take every week as it comes at the moment and see what we're actually allowed to do before we actually make any solid plans. So we shall see.
Was there a Boris announcement recently?
Yeah.
Today we've got they've had a Boris announcement today, and we've got a Nicola announcement tomorrow.
Did Boris say
What was the
anything
Boris
interesting?
announcement?
Boris announcement is Boris announcement's laughable, I think, personally.
Do not see your friends.
He wants to have all restrictions and measures lifted by June 21st.
Wow. So the clubs and stuff.
Like no social
He
distancing
wants
or
everyone to
anything. I
have
don't
their
think it's
jabs
possible. I
by
think it's
then.
ridiculous. I think it's a joke.
How and why June 21st?
Because
I
that's
don't
when he
think it's
thinks it will be allowed.
Maybe it's
I don't think
PJ's
it's realistic.
birthday that day.
Someone posted earlier on that it was because the England versus Czech Republic game's the next day.
It could be that. It honestly could be that. There are double standards and stupid reasons and money talks and BS walks.
I just think it's daft. So we'll get Nicola's update tomorrow, and no doubt it'll be miserable because it's just she always is. I was totally on her team at the start of all this, but now it's just like, oh, come on. Has anyone seen Freaky Friday, where Lindsay Lohan's character is describing her mum and she's like, she's a life ruiner. She ruins people's lives. Oh no, wait, that's not. Is that Mean Girls? Have I just got it totally wrong? Funsucker is Freaky Friday. The one I just did was Mean Girls, but they both relate. And that's how I feel about her right now. So we'll see what she has to say for herself tomorrow. But I don't have much hope.
Well, actually, so first off, Rachel here has said she gets that all the time, finalist, just because I haven't won anything. I still get that said to me. I've had someone click their fingers to take their photo and say, I'm not a queen anymore, so I'm not allowed in the photos. Can I just say, this is, I could
You
be
walk away from
misspeaking
those people,
here.
I'm sorry, but no. There's no place for them here.
But I've never heard of this sort of thing in Australia. And I haven't been to an American pageant in person, so I don't know. This seems to be a UK thing. I don't know why, but I've never seen that in Australia where you have to be a queen. People in Australia, it's almost the opposite. It's almost embarrassing to say you are a queen. So even title holders will attend events without their crown, without their sash. They might carry it with them and then just put it on for the photo. But it's a very different vibe to the UK, where sometimes I feel like everyone has to wear a crown or they feel like they're no one, that doesn't surprise me, Rachel, when you say that. If that's how some people are, then as Freya said, I would just stay away from them, honestly.
I don't want to be associated with them.
Name and shame. Name and shame.
Yeah, let's just get a
don't do
list.
that.
Let's just get a blacklist. Bye.
Oh, I have that list for myself, but I don't share it with anyone. There are people that I stay away from. And anyway, Demi here said,
I've got the
June
mental list of
21st,
people
guys.
that I actively
do
voluntary
voluntary work in a school, chasing 2,000 steps a day.
No.
Instantly fired, Jasmine.
For the safety of the children, not of Freya's knee.
I was going to say, I found a perfect song for you, Freya, for your.
No.
Yes! I'm going to
Be a
do
man
that.
to you.
I would
What?
walk 500 miles and I would walk
It sounded
500
quite sound as romantic if it's I would walk 5 miles. 6 is too far. Or in your case, I would not walk 5 miles. It's too far.
5
I've
is
got a
too
dislocated knee. I would walk 3 miles. It's not quite the same song. It loses a bit of its punch. Demi, as I said, from 21st of June, I'll be out doing public appearances. Fingers crossed. Look, if you guys are able to, do it. But I know you guys are doing very well with the vaccination rollout, and the news apparently 1 in every 3 adults in the UK now has the vaccine. But I don't think they were planning on finishing it by then.
And we're still at like 11,000 cases a day.
Yes.
I just don't see how it's feasible. I don't know where they've pulled these numbers or dates from. I just don't get it.
Well, sometimes when
I think they're telling us what they want us to. I think they're telling us what they think we want to hear, and then
they're going to extend it to August. Yeah, when we get there, they'll be like August. And
actually, it's not reducing as fast as we'd like. So stay inside.
That's what happened with Christmas.
Yeah, they asked him.
Christmas was a farce. Christmas shouldn't have happened. Neither should have Eat Out to help out. Don't even get me. I'm stopping.
No, they asked Boris today if we have to go into a 4th lockdown. Do you think this is grounds for resignation? That was a question for him to answer.
I think 3rd lockdown was grounds for resignation. I think 2nd lockdown probably was, to be honest.
Oh, bless him.
Don't give me it, Chloe.
His hair looked worse than ever today. Oh my god, it's so long.
My goodness.
How is that possible?
Like
How can it be worse?
It's extra long, but it's still like,
you know, when you rub a balloon on your head,
and
then you pull it away, it's like that.
Why? I don't get.
I've always thought that Boris Johnson just looks like a cheap knockoff of Donald Trump.
Yeah,
he just like Donald Trump.
The slightly even more unhinged, but slightly less harmful version. I don't
just a bit more bumbling.
Yeah.
You lost your friends.
Okay, so it's
got me onto a very
Boris.
touchy subject.
I can see that. Do you want to talk about it more?
No.
More politics.
So, Pleasure Beach.
No.
I'm not. This is an unfortunate turn of phrase, but I'm not touchy about Pleasure Beach. I just think it's a funny name.
Okay, I'm taking over from hosting
well
responsibilities now. Chloe, what do you have coming up in the next week?
Yeah, so I've got my volunteering training on Wednesday, which I'm really excited about. So I got my call back
Oh,
the
yeah.
other day from Malone Ireland, the charity in
Yay!
Ireland that I did the Alpino challenge for. So basically, hopefully I'm going to get paired up with my little old person soon, and then I'll get to visit them every week. And they said, what time slot suits you best? And I said either Friday, Saturday, Sunday in the morning time, so I can bring them buns. So I could stop off at the shop and
Oh,
get them like little
That's
buns and
cute.
cakes. So yeah, I actually can't wait. I really can't wait. I just love like elderly people and I love hearing their stories and stuff. So I'm excited to do my training on Wednesday and hopefully get my own little old person soon. I'll get to visit every
Oh,
week.
you make it sound like a
I like-
pet.
I know I love the way you refer to them. I'm so excited to get my little old person.
Bless
Like a
them.
like a
Oh
Pokemon.
no, I'm so excited, honestly.
Pokemon.
Gotta collect them all. Catch
Just
them
I
all.
squat
choose
dropping
you.
it on your doorstep.
I know every day I'm off, I'll come visit another one.
I hope it goes well.
And Adrian, what do you have coming up this week?
Let me just finish these comments first. Marion has said all the politicians are like dementors just
Yeah.
now. And Demi has said, my mum, there's nothing wrong with her, has had her vaccine, but my granddad's 61 with loads of health issues, hasn't had anything, it's a joke. We're just beginning our vaccine rollout here. Let's not talk about vaccines and stuff like that because people just go 10 shades of crazy when they're talking about it one way or the other. I'm interviewing Kiara tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK time. I have to find the video where she fell over so I can play that for her. And that is it. I'm busy working on other stuff, which I will talk about when I'm it.
Ooh, secret squirrel.
Is he frozen or is it just my
Yeah,
screen?
I think
He's gone.
Yeah.
he's frozen.
Either that
for
or it's a
me.
mannequin challenge.
He...
There we go. He's back.
What
You
secret
froze.
squirrel? What?
Oh, you got a secret
I
squirrel
didn't
mission.
freeze, you
can't say.
froze.
Oh,
But yeah,
That was
froze.
music.
Let's play Black Beatles and then we'll just all freeze.
Black Beatles?
Black Beatles in the city.
On your own, Chloe.
Are we all
If you
lost? Is it just
wonder-
Chloe on this one?
If you tune
It's
in
this
to this
mannequin
podcast,
challenge. It's the
halfway through,
mannequin
like
challenge.
90% of the
Black
time, I
Beatles.
look confused.
Yeah.
Is it
It's
right, it's a
because-
song.
Yeah, it's the one that played.
Right.
Remember, was it on Facebook years ago? The mannequin challenge was.
I never knew the
Yeah.
words to it.
That
No, I didn't
girl
even
is a
register
real
that it was an
crab
actual
queen.
song.
I think
Oh.
Jasmine has summed up this podcast well.
Yeah, that's the one. Aliens can be
Yeah.
probed from multiple air.
All right, Danielle, what have you got?
People are
coming up?
nice and mean. Yeah, that's the best way to describe people are nice and mean.
Nice and mean.
I mean, Chloe's nice. Yeah, so we're nice and mean. I'm just mean.
I'm not nice.
Yeah, you are.
Monopoly
You can't-
makes people competitive. I have yet to meet a
Yeah.
person who does
Yeah.
not get
That's fair.
argumentative with
That's fair,
Monopoly.
Chloe. Prove you're not nice.
That's
That's fair.
fair.
Quick. You look confused.
That looks like she's trying to
Constipated.
peek through a
Okay,
keyhole or
That's
something.
fair.
I
That's
can't do
fair. Quick.
it.
That's better than last time. That looks like the
Oh,
cover
that's
of the
good.
book. You look like you're doing your blue steel look on that one. Freya?
I love it. I love it. I'm
Ah.
definitely in trouble. I've been naughty, Freya. I have
Are you
been
able to
so.
wiggle your eyebrow up and down? I'm always jealous of people who can do that. Are you able to?
It's just
move
it's
like
the
a
up and
rocket?
down one that's better. It's like the
Shiny.
No, it was
Are
the
you able
first
to
one.
move
It was
your
the
left
first one. The
wing,
the
like-
mum look. You have the
The-
perfect. Oh my god. Yep. I've been naughty. I have.
don't
Okay.
say that.
No more.
Stop that.
No more. I know it's past the watershed, but no more.
Away and visit your train station.
Ah!
Choo choo.
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong.
This has been madness, guys.
Actually, Chloe, you haven't slipped up this week. 2 weeks ago, you were talking about squidgy balls. Last week, it was big jokes. You
Big
haven't said
jokes.
anything incriminating this week.
Yeah, it's only you guys. You guys have been wild
Oh,
this
it's our
week, and I
fault, is it?
huh? No, I mean, like, it was
Is it?
you this week, the things you were saying.
What? Pleasure Beach? It's not my fault it's called Pleasure Beach. Now you know why I was so confused when all
It's
these
the way,
pageant
you know what
girls
it
are
is?
talking about
You
going
know what I
for
think
Pleasure
makes
Beach.
it sound worse? It's the way you. It's not pronounced because you're obviously pronouncing it right because you can't not pronounce it right. It's the
Emphasis.
intonation. It's where you put your inflections that makes
like,
it sound. You go Pleasure
pleasure.
Beach. You over enunciate the beach part, so it's like Pleasure Beach. Whereas we're all just like Pleasure Beach.
Yeah, we
And you
just
need to put the Blackpool
Pleasure
in front.
Beach.
So if it's like Blackpool Pleasure Beach is not an issue.
Mhm.
Like Pleasure Beach, but not Pleasure Beach. I'm making no sense.
Can we do a count of how many times Pleasure Beach has said during this podcast?
Oh my god,
please?
yeah, just in the corner, it's like, dung 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 dung.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
I feel we should get them to
Italian Pleasure
sponsor us. We're
Beaches.
giving them so much,
Oh
giving them
god.
so much exposure.
Oh my god,
That's an
I was
unfortunate
actually
turn of
watching
phrase.
their
Exposure on
TikTok the
Pleasure
other
Beach.
day. And
You have
the
a
staff
TikTok.
are just, the staff are just chilling at this empty pleasure beach doing like TikTok dances every day. And I want to work there because it's
Why are
not
they
even
even going to
open.
work?
I don't know, but the
Yeah.
rides are like running in the background with no one in them, and they're like standing there doing TikTok dances. Swear to God, look up Pleasure Beach on TikTok.
Maybe they need to keep running for
The
safety.
ghosts and the aliens are hanging out in Pleasure Beach.
Oh, they're having the
guys.
best
Yeah.
fun.
Okay. Shall we wrap it up there? We've almost
Do
been
they
on
do
for
a
2
Halloween
hours.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't exactly know what we've talked about, but that's okay.
Everything.
That's
Hopefully.
okay. It's
Everything
okay,
and
guys.
anything.
So I will play us out, and we will see you next time.
Turn it down.
Thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you next time once the drum
Bye.
roll plays us out.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, Confessions is out. To get your copy from Amazon, head to shaw.b/confessionsbook, and I'll see you next time.